All right. So you were tripping out last week, and how are you re-meeting up with the guys? You just going to meet them late at night at the Rito Center at Mr. Mobile's?
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to be outside when they get there?
I'm going to be there asking them, why the hell did you leave me in the trunk, guys? Is this how you take care of people? Thanks for nothing, dicks.
And Bob's going
to... Do you want to take care of you or take care of you?
You're supposed to do both.
Jean-Paul's going to go, hey, I'm going to go and hide in the trunk now. I am not feeling so good. Belle. And I'm going to bonsoir dans la chambre. And he's going to crawl into the trunk, wiggle his bum in the air for half a second, and then the trunk's just going to close on him magically. And you're going to hear, la la, baby, from the trunk. And the trunk's going to rumble a little bit, and then that's going to be the end of it for Jean-Paul for tonight.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Nothing to unpack there.
This is just, I think this is just going to become a thing. It's just whenever a player's not here, they're in the trunk of the car.
Whether they put themselves there or whether we put them there.
Yeah. You just...
Trunk of holding.
Yes, the trunk of holding. You start hearing, Frère de Jacques, you know? Bonsoir. Stop. Yeah, just all of them. Just all the classic French songs just start coming out of there. Jean te pouloué la tête, Jean te pouloué la tête, alouette, 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 hey. Alright. What are you guys doing from here, folks?
Okay, so, Meta, can the three of us actually fight the vampires? Because, I mean, at the rate we're going, we're never fighting this vampire, right?
You can certainly try.
Or can you play Jean-Paul and help us fight the vampire?
I don't like that at all. That's cheating.
It's potentially killing his character.
Yeah. It's not just that, but, like, as the DM... as the game master, if you go in there, I literally know everything to say. So if I play Jean-Paul, I would not talk, and it would be a waste of time for him to even be present.
That wouldn't be what Jean-Paul would do.
And on top of that, I would very much, if I did talk, be dominating the whole time. Because I'd know what to say, and I'd respond to that, and I would think I'm so goddamn smart for saying the right thing. And then I would say...
So you'd be playing you, basically.
Yeah. I'm just talking with myself for 20 minutes.
As opposed to normal.
With a French accent and a bad Chinese accent. You know, like, it's no good. It's no good for anyone, guys. This is your story. You should shine.
Well, I asked the other dude since Jean-Paul seems to be tripping balls, and we're taking care of him. I locked him in the trunk. Shut up, man. I told you. I don't want to hear your goddamn singing anymore. Shut up. What I say.
Jean-Paul was quiet.
Should we go to the temple and see if the master can give us some people to help with this issue?
Well, as long as...
That's okay, right, Justin? Like, if you get, if you play 2 or 3 monks as NPCs?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's his job.
Remember, it's the biggest word of all. If they help.
Well, we gotta do something. We can't leave it there.
Oh, I'm saying we can do it. I'm just saying, it's if. So
to keep in mind, you haven't gone to the Chateau Laurier, the accorded neutral territory. The White Court house that Jean-Paul lives at, you've only briefly been there, and you've been to St. Bridget's. You've not crossed the river to Vanier or gone to see what's going on with missing people there. You did Barhaven with Rocco. You did the Fox and the Feather. You've done the Silver Dollar. You've done the Taoist Temple. You haven't gone to the police station. And there's the...
Yeah, we've dealt with a couple different murders and thefts, and we haven't talked to the cops.
You haven't talked to the cops yet? No. And then the talking to the cops will reveal the last one on this list, so that's really up to you.
Well, I mean, if I wouldn't go to the White Courthouse without John Paul.
Yeah. So
the Taoist Temple.
I would say the ones.
If we go back to the Taoist Temple right now, then we might be able to take out the vampire. Might be without John Paul, but then we're going to be carrying around this weapon with us, like a target on our backs, while going to these other locations, and risk running into the Denarians whenever we get there. Not that we don't want to run into them and try and kill them anyway. So, I mean, we could try doing the Taoist Temple with one man down, and then run the risk of trying to run for our lives throughout the rest of the game, or we could try one of these other places to get more information before we finally go and get it. What do you guys think?
Also, you still do at St. Bridget's have Rocco there, as well as the father.
I honestly don't know how much more we can get from Rocco that we need.
No, exactly. I'm just saying.
I think we've played that card, and where he's there and he's being protected, and the only way he could really get back into this story if he does something stupid, which God forbid he will, or the Denarians try attacking St. Bridget's for some reason to get to him because they have a grudge. But then they've got a whole host of white vampires to deal with, and if they're attacking the church and they're out for blood, what are we going to do? Yeah,
that's a little bit too big for them, I think, possibly at the moment.
It would be drawing way too much attention for people who are used to working in the shadows and just taking out. They'll take out a room full of worshippers, fine, but not if they're full of white court vampires in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think. Well, I can't say what I think, but yeah. I mean, you
they take out a whole
on it.
They would go to Vanier and take out a whole bunch of black court vampires in a hotel in an old rundown building with no problem because people are used to that kind of shit.
The only
in that
thing,
area.
The only thing you know about the Vanier side of the river right now is that there's been some people going missing. That's all you know.
Right. Should we go there and try and take care of that?
But how would we know about that?
It's just in the news. It's just something that's on your it's on Volus's docket of weird shit that's been going on. Like the accorded neutral territory and the weird monsters that have been going to Chateau Laurier, that's on your docket of weird stuff you need to work out and figure out. You know?
I was called in though by John Paul about the burnt down strip club.
Yep.
So would
but there's just random news articles that you're aware of. There's also just stuff that Monox told you, right?
Okay, so maybe when I got here, Monox while you're there, check this shit out. Yeah,
well the Chateau Laurier is famous for having supernatural entities that go there, and there's definitely I don't know if you've gone there and checked it out at all, but that's up to you. Have you gone there yet is actually the question.
Okay, so how about... Okay, guys, so why don't we try and see if we can track down where these Denarians are before we get the weapon. Let's see if we can get some intel, because right now we're going blind. We don't know where they are. We know they're around, but we don't know where they are. Maybe we should go somewhere and see if we can get some intel, some local intel. And I know a place.
Okay.
And have you been there yet?
I would know of it, I imagine.
Yes. Okay, so you haven't been there. It's just one of the things...
I haven't been there.
Okay.
But I know of it. It's a place that I was let known of.
I need to look at a thing on thaumaturgy real quick, but I think I can do a thing.
I just realized everyone has glasses but me.
I need it for when I'm reading up close.
Oh, yeah.
Old man Coocher.
Yeah, I'm finally degrading.
I am Asian, so, You
wear glasses no matter what.
Yeah.
It's a status symbol at this point.
Oh, yeah.
All you need is the camera.
So,
right? The tourist camera.
No, the iPad.
Oh, yeah. The selfie stick.
So
I-
when I first started at my current job, right?
Mhm.
I said something, and then I'm like, I can say that I'm Asian, and my VP of corporate services looked
Yeah.
at me like wondering if she should laugh or not. I'm like, tried to laugh, and she's like, that was actually really funny.
Yeah.
I think you need a new prescription, though.
Am I squinting too much?
Yeah. You need a stronger prescription.
I tell you everything. Did you ever see Mad TV?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I was a huge Will Sasso fan for a long time.
That guy was so funny.
And what was his name? The black guy. He does, like, voice acting now.
Yeah, Lamar.
Yeah, Phil Lamar. He was on that as well. He's really good. Yeah. And, no! Don't touch me. Like, that guy, he was funny as well. There was the, are you talking about the girl playing the Asian girl, Mrs. Swan? Is that who you're talking about? Yeah, Mrs. Swan! Forgot about Mrs. Swan.
I tell you everything.
She's gonna get canceled one day for that role. Because it's like Yellowface, right? It's coming, sooner or later. They're already trying to cancel Toto for the song Africa. Saw that on Twitter.
Why?
Man, we've got UPC in this world.
Yeah, things are getting silly.
That's an iconic song. I've got a friend from Zimbabwe who loves that song.
Oh, yeah? You bless the rains down in Africa? Alright, so
Like,
back...
do you miss the rains in Africa?
Okay.
And she's like, yes, I do.
Alright, so, back to it. What are we, the team, doing? The 75%. What is the 75% doing?
It's full-time
Alright,
missing
so-
people.
So we're going to Laurier, as I recall.
Yeah, we'll go to Chateau Laurier to see if we can dig up some information on where the Denarians might be, and maybe if they might have some connection with the missing people in Vanier.
Alright, well, you know of the guy who runs the bar there. There's a shadow bar run by a guy named Trevor. Trevor Mufferaw. So, if you want to write that down, you do know him. He is a 6'8", clean-shaven, fairly nice guy, but nobody really messes with.
What's his name, sorry?
Trevor Mufferaw. Muffera. Mufferaw. You shut your mouth.
Okay. I hate you sometimes. Continue.
Okay. So, you know, that's who you're supposed to talk to. You've either seen him or know him. I don't know. Because you said you haven't been to the bar at all. You just know of its location.
Yeah, it's a contact point for
The MoMA.
a local information gathering.
Perfect. All right. So you guys, who's driving?
Well, who of us can drive?
I can drive.
Okay. Did you have a point? Did you have a point in driving?
Nope. Don't need one.
Don't need one. All right, roll for
The
it.
Asian guy drive the car.
Thank you.
Someone
Thank
had
you.
to say it.
All right, let's roll this.
I was trying to get to that, you know?
Oh, who can drive? Oh, I can.
It's me, baby. It's always been me.
Is there anyone else?
-1.
Oh,
On brand.
get in back. I do Tokyo Drift.
It's not even the right kind of Asian. All right. So, you don't find a good parking space, and when you go to parallel park, you're way tighter in the parallel park than you would have liked to. You don't hit anyone. -1's not the worst possible roll you can have.
I have break J-turn.
You gotta roll a second time if you're doing that. You gotta roll a second time if you're doing that. 2? You make it in nicely.
Oh, yeah. You guys are holding on for dear life because
Scared.
from like me going to there, I'm just weaving in and out of traffic,
Yeah.
talking nonstop, and just you've never heard a person cuss so much in their life.
Yeah, it gets to a point.
Cursing in Mandarin.
Yeah, it gets to a point where
he has the perfect right of way,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you just J-turns, handbrake J-turn, handbrake J-turns in the parking spot.
Yeah, it at first seems like he's got no luck. Every time he goes to find a parking spot, someone drives in and blocks him. You see, like, tourists from Sweden and all over the place. Some strange-looking people, and it starts getting really frustrating for Alfred. You can see Alfred's, like, about to crack and start doing something insane. When he heads up and there's a spot, like someone leaves a spot and another car starts zooming up, Alfred just hits the gas, spins, does like a full donut into the spot, hits the curb, boom, and stops. Car perfectly in place. The other vehicle just screeches and slides by. Like, very aggressive. He took it. He went from a -1 to a +2. It was a very aggressive move.
Told you I could drive.
All right. When you get out of the vehicle, you can smell the burnt rubber from him sliding into place like that. And you see a couple of people talking, and someone points, like a little girl points, and the mother just shakes her head and takes her away. You can see the Chateau Laurier is extremely ornate with, like, almost Victorian design. The big overhang and great lights. The question I need to ask is because the game last week ended at night. It ended at, I think it was almost midnight last week. The story ended. So, are you going there right now at midnight, or are you going the next morning?
I mean, I'm perfectly rested.
Yeah.
I mean, I just crawled out of the trunk.
It's midnight.
In the trunk.
It's midnight. The bar is open till 2 a.m. And
To be fair, it's the worst place I've ever slept, okay?
And the shadow bar that you can go to is actually open 24 hours. So it's really up to you.
I think we'll get we'll get the information at night before we.
Okay.
And then we'll get some rest after this session.
Okay. So you head towards.
Are you okay with that, Jack?
I think we can make do like that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you still at night, still midnight. So it wouldn't have been a little girl; it would have been a drunk couple, guy and a girl. And they walk away. And as you get to the Chateau Laurier, like I said, beautiful lights all around the parkade area. You see people in dress suits, very, very nice. A few people of different ethnicities coming in and out, women in beautiful dresses, chatting up young men who believe this is their opportunity. And I need somebody to roll a skill for this one. Where did
What are we rolling?
I will probably scholarship or alertness. Let's go with alertness because I've lost the paper. Oh, they're there. I got the blindness.
3.
I've decided I want to use that point. If you're okay with me using it.
You can use for that point for what?
An extra point in my thaumaturgy.
Okay.
For control.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely amazing.
Which allows me to use divination.
Yeah, do it.
I got 5
For alertness?
for alertness.
All right. So, you see the young man in dress suit. He looks like he's no more older than 20, 21, talking to a very attractive young woman in a slinky dress, and you're very aware she's a prostitute. It seems to be kind of a thing that there's very high-class escorts that come to the Chateau Laurier.
How many escorts would I assume are nearby?
Oh, that's a great question.
It is, because I've got a
3.
pocket full of cash.
8?
3.
Ho,
3.
ho, ho.
Oh, take a damn point. That's a good one. You win. You win for that puck.
You're gonna let them taste the candy cane?
Yeah. Take them down to the candy shop. Let them lick the lollipop. All right. So
You guys make me sad.
So there is a really nice entranceway with Victorian arches and whatnot. Like, they're not far from the river either. There's a restaurant on the outside that during the day is open to the river. But you're going to go in, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right, you go in the front doors, and
Do I see any fancy boats lined up along the side?
there's a couple speedboats and whatnot, a couple smaller cruise ships. Not cruise ships, I mean like
Cruisers?
five people, like they could take them out on the lake type thing. It's not like
mid-sized boats kind of thing?
Mid-sized boats. They're not yachts, but they're bigger than speedboats.
But they might have a bedroom inside.
Yeah, they could have an underdeck bedroom, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like some of them you can see look like they'd be like tourist fishing vessels, but nobody really fishes. Like nobody really fishes on them. They're more like really nicely painted. They're definitely for tours, not for fishing, because nobody wants to eat the fish on that lake, on that river.
Are there any Asian ones?
In that one, how would you tell if they're Asian? If they got like none of them have Asian writing.
Characters. Okay.
Yeah. None of them have Asian writing per se.
Okay.
All right.
So just thinking maybe if the white court showed up, the jade court showed up in there.
Something to ask.
Anyway.
Something to ask.
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing?
All right.
If you tell me you're going in, I'll start narrating till you tell me to stop, and you tell me what you're doing.
All right. So, guys, there's a contact in here that we might be able to get information from. I say we check it out.
Okay.
I've never met the guy, but I've heard that if you want to get information around town, supernatural stuff, that he might be the good. He knows a lot. He knows everything around that goes on in town, or at least all the high class stuff. And we kind of have some. Our targets are pretty high priority targets. I'm sure if they're in town, he knows about it.
Yeah, and failing that, I've got an idea.
Don't cause shit if you don't have to.
No, I can try and pull a tracking spell.
Keep it handy.
It's, I'm not great
but
at
not
it.
in the hotel. We don't need to start a fight in the hotel because you shorted out their circuits.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you guys living? Where's your base of operation?
Good question.
Well, I'm currently a guest.
You're a guest at the White Court.
Chappelle's.
Yeah, the White Court House, which is above on the Byward Market, the Walking Street. There's a place that you can go there to if you wanted to.
I'm staying at the Quality Inn on
The one off the highway in Canada?
no, that's the Holiday Inn. No, the Quality Inn that's over by the East Side Mario's, just before Baseline.
Oh, you're in that shithole, but where Liam used
Yeah.
to live.
No, Liam didn't live there.
You're thinking, by Bayshore. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Just before Bayshore, if you're coming through Baseline, or if you're coming up to Baseline, that where the street turns off one side to Baseline, the other one goes up through up by Bayshore. Is that area?
So he's not far from where we killed the guy.
Okay.
Bell's Corners.
Bell's Corners.
Bell's Corners. I'm staying at the Quality Inn at Bell's Corners.
Nice. Okay. So, you're there.
And Leo sleeps on the street.
Leo's like Kane from Kung Fu: The Legend Continues, just traveling.
Exactly.
Always
I'm
has
a
some
little
place to
hobo.
stay if you never.
Forget Kung Fu.
I wanna settle down.
Boom, boom.
I just thought that we would just
I'll
ask
just
him
keep
to come
moving
in.
on.
He's just from Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Yeah.
Forget the first one. It's all about when he's finding his son.
Yeah.
It's wherever he can hang up his hat in a closet somewhere.
Yeah. Oh no, did you just make a he hung himself David Carradine joke?
That's a little dark.
I didn't say he took the hat off.
Oh! Now I'm sad.
Too soon?
No, just awkward turtle.
just
All right.
Just poor taste.
Yes.
I'm
So,
using all the Canadian references tonight, guys. You're killing me.
We're doing it. So, all right. So you walk towards the Chateau Laurier, and then there's a young black girl working the desk and a white girl with her as well. They're checking people in and out. The place is ornate to the highest level. Like, everything is overly designed. It's like walking into a Vegas hotel. You know what I mean? Extremely high ceilings, really nice pillars that are over-designed with statues of gods on them all over the place. Like, just carvings like you wouldn't believe. Staircases that lead up to a set of elevators. And, like, each and every one of those elevators could easily carry 30 people. Everything is big, right?
Great elevator.
So all the elevators, and, like, you see an elevator open, and you can see what looks like gold leaf inside the elevator. It's like really nice mirrors so you can check yourself out before you go to a room. Like the whole place just looks like it's made of money, right?
Is that what it really looks like inside? I've never actually been.
Yeah,
in
it's extremely nice. I'm taking it a little bit into like the fantasy world, but it's still pretty close to that.
So
You're
still pretty
taking-
top notch considering Obama had a penthouse on the top floor for a while.
Yeah.
You're just taking what's already there and
That penthouse.
Marconing it a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, just to the left on the lake side, there is a set of really big doors that say Big Joe's. And you can see, if Jordan in particular can see, what looks like a little side door off of that leads to a second bar. All of you are vaguely mystical in some way, shape, or form, so there's a bit of that all of you can see, but Jordan can see it the most clear. And the closer you get to it, the more obvious the door becomes, and that leads into the shadow bar.
Okay.
Right? So...
Bars over there. Yeah, no. Bars over there. Pointing back at Gumby. That's not Gumby.
Wrong twin.
Stunt cock. Pointing back at Brandon. You're buying.
Alright, we're going into the shadow bar.
I'm going.
As you get closer to the door, you can see what looks like regular folk, very rich people at the bar inside the regular bar. They're chatting, they're laughing, they're joking. All the servers have like very voluptuous dresses. You could tell they're hired not just for their skills, which if they didn't have skills they wouldn't be here, but also for their looks. They're models who serve, right?
So they could be fired for not keeping up with their looks.
Yeah, the place smells absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's like that. It's like there's a bar
Ocean
like
sinking.
that. No, but there's straight up a bar like that in Ottawa that my buddy used to work at. Anyway, so Moxie's is like that. You have to maintain a certain level of body fat to be a server at Moxie's. But anyway,
The Earl.
or Earl. I don't know if Earl's as bad as that. I know Moxie's was. I knew servers at Moxie's, and they talked about like they don't have dress sizes past a certain point on purpose. Right? Anyway, so as you get close to there, you can see the door. And, like, people walk past the door, and as you get closer to it, it's almost like they don't see you guys anymore. Like, there's some sort of veil going on. You go to the door and open it, and it's almost like entering the TARDIS. It's way bigger in there than even the bar side. And there's all sorts of people in there. There looks to be a troll in the corner who's drinking. There's even an orc, like a legitimate straight-up orc in that bar.
Okay, so there's no need to hide in here. Everyone's going full.
You can see what looks like a 9-foot-tall man chumming it up with some of the guys in there, right? And Trevor's...
Giant.
Yeah, there's a straight-up giant in there chumming it up with people. And there's a guy at the front that you recognize, Volus, who's very tall. He's 6'8". I think I said he was 6'8". That's Trevor Mufferaw. And he's there, and he's like, looking for a table, or are you looking to sit at the bar?
We'll sit at the bar.
Fantastic. He points over to the bar. He's like, you go there, make your order. We do serve food at the bar if you want it, and we have all the specialty foods. If you're a vampire, we have live girls in the back as well. We serve. We don't allow you to take. The place is open to all people. He looks at all three of you and goes, "This is accorded neutral territory. Haven't met any of you guys
no
before."
intentions on starting problem.
He takes out a pen, and when he takes out the pen, it glows a little. He's like, "I need your names before you enter."
Volus Thorbjornsson.
Yep.
Jack.
Jack. And you are?
Al.
Hmm?
Al.
He writes it, and then when he writes your name, it disappears and goes, "That's not correct. I need your proper name." First or last, it can be either or both.
Alfred.
And then he writes Alfred.
You can see how I went by Al.
Yeah. Oh, I just need a full name. The book doesn't work that way unless I got a full first name.
You gotta clarify, mate.
Yeah, and don't worry about the book. It doesn't bind you to anything. It's just a way to eject you if you do something you're not supposed to.
There. I just don't want anyone in earshot to pick up on it.
Before you go in, it's Big Joe over there. He owns the bar. If you're here on any official capacity, you can chat with him. And like I said, we got everything you need, man. Enjoy your time here. And you see there's all sorts of people here. There's about 100 people, and the place almost looks empty with 100 people in it.
Question for you, Justin.
Yeah.
And you'll have to play this. How much of my knowledge do you think I know of drunken boxing?
I think that's a skill you need to take. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
It might fall under fists.
It'd be under fists. Yeah.
I do have fists. I'm a fist +5.
Yeah. You're fist +5. You know drunken boxing. Straight up.
So I look at these two. Should I start getting liquored up?
Yeah, if you want. In fact, you see they have a tengu jar, right? I know that's Japanese, but they have a tengu jar on the back wall.
Why is Jack rubbing his temples?
Neutral territory.
So, if one of you guys wants to, like, in character, explain what's going on to him, please do.
Alright. I know you're new in the area. And I don't know how things go back in the fields. But here, when it's neutral territory, that means you don't have to get liquored up and fight. Because if you fight, they kill. Very simple. You are far from the biggest thing in this room.
The rules of etiquette apply here very, very profusely.
Okay, good.
Now,
no one can hurt you, but they can easily take offense from you. At which point, you are entitled to retribution.
And any retribution has to take place outside the bar.
Yeah.
And you still are bound by making a pact with any Fae in here. So watch what you say and how you say it.
Basically, if you start something, take it outside. Don't start nothing.
Yeah.
Don't start none, won't be none.
Yeah. So, give me... What would be the one for, like, perception in this setting? Is it just alertness? I think it might just be alertness, yeah. Give me an alertness. Passive awareness.
Oh, I want to
straight
do
up
Wily.
Alertness. What's Wily get you again?
I guess it uses alertness to search an area quickly and assess my surroundings.
Does it give you any benefits beyond that? You read it earlier, I apologize.
Search an area quickly, assess your surroundings, but only basically. I don't have any specifics. I just get a general idea of what's going on and where things are, where the threats are, would be as a professional. Yeah,
hit me up with that first, and then we'll do other people's.
I know where all the exits are and where all the groups are. So a blank, 2 minuses and a plus. So
that's a negative
plus
1.
2.
And then
plus 2.
So plus 2? Plus 2 is fairly good. That's literally a fair. That's like journeyman levels of attention, right? So, first things first, you do notice Big Joe talking to people. You know he's the guy, like what Trevor said, he owns the place. The place is literally called Big Joe's. There is what they was saying about the book. If you were to, like, push or kick someone, you'd probably be teleported straight out. Right? So, you don't know where out would be. They might teleport you in the middle of the lake. You don't know.
Yeah.
Right? But you, like what he said...
You need to cool off.
Yeah. Gone. Middle of the river.
Straight
into the river. So, the other thing is the cooking area is visible. There's no division from the cooking area to the bar. Right? And there looks to be what looks like a bunch of fae there. Like little, like, puck-sized fairies cooking and serving people. And they are animated about it. Right? They're bringing drinks. You can hear them, like, oh, he can, and like off they go to like go and mix a drink. 2 or 3 fairies picking up a bottle and pouring, while another one moves the cup to like lift a lever and pour Coke into it. Like you can see there's like little fae everywhere in here, right?
I want to order a pizza so bad.
Yeah, exactly. And it you haven't seen the menus. Doesn't look like anyone has a menu per se here, right? There's all the walls are covered in Canadiana. And like some really old Canadiana, including a sign that says "No shiners allowed." Right?
What does that
Is there
mean?
a sign that says due south?
Yeah. If you want to roll on what the shiners are, you're welcome to it.
Like, are we talking about the Shiners as in the organization, the Shiners? Is
Yeah.
that what they mean? No Shiners around?
Yeah, it's not like well,
Not the Shriners.
not Shriners, Shiners.
Oh.
So you might want to roll a scholarship on it. Which would
I got 1.
the Shiners are an old Canadian group from like 100 years ago, 120 years ago.
Okay.
What they are, you don't remember. One's not high enough. There's also what looks like a stuffed dog in one of the corners with a little plaque on him if you want to go check it out. All right, what did you guys roll for alertness?
I might have lost them in the crowd.
All right, well, we'll go with Leo then. What did you roll for
I had a
alertness?
terrible.
Alfred, alertness?
Alertness, I got 0.
0. You don't see much more than what I've already explained. You actually would actively have seen less than what Wallace saw. What did you get? Jordan?
Me?
Jordan.
I got a terrible, a -2.
You got a -2? Yeah, I mean, you see the stuffed dog in the corner.
I'd be going to the bar anyway. My plans were to let the...
So Volus definitely, like, got the most information out of this. Okay.
Oh, no Fey drinks.
No Fey drinks? Yeah. All right.
Don't drink any Fey drinks. Make sure it's straight.
All right, so
Straight
when you go to the bar, there's about 4 fairies, like, about this big, like, making stuff. They're all in, like, what looks like tuxedos, like, handmade. They didn't make it. It's clear they didn't make it.
Yeah,
It is, like,
pups.
like, beautifully made clothing. They, like, almost ducktail, or not ducktails, but, like, the ducktail tuxedos. Like, that sort of stuff is what they're all wearing. And 1 or 2 of them have hats that they look like they've made. Right? And you hear one go, "Can I get for something?" Over the sound of the crowd, you hear one of them yell, "Can I get you something?" You're all going to the bar, correct?
Yes.
About
I haven't eaten in a while, so I'm gonna get a steak.
Hey,
Steak and chips.
one steak.
I'll grab a burger and a Labatt's.
Oh, can do.
Vodka
Okay,
and
so
hamburger.
what does Labatt's taste like, guys? I've never had it in my life.
Well,
Tastes like water.
One of them gives like a sour look,
No. I'm
Like-
like meta, like letter.
that's what I mean.
like watered down beer.
It's like watered down beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it like Canadian?
Yeah, it is. Well, is Labatt's
Oh.
Canadian? I thought Molson was the Canadian one.
No,
Yeah.
if you want Canadian, go for Moosehead.
Yes.
No. I mean, does Labatt's taste like Canadian?
It's watered down.
I don't
Canadian.
drink, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It's like
It's your generic casual Sunday beer. It's your barbecue beer.
I'll get a burger and a whiskey, a rye on the rocks.
No, perfect. So one of the Fae, if the fairies is very excited. Yeah, I wouldn't call them fairies. That's derogatory. But one of the Fae gets very excited when you switch from the Labatt's to the whiskey, and he's like, "Oh, on the rocks!" And he yells at, and one of them yells, and like 4 of them go and grab bottles and bring.
Before he goes anywhere, I just want to straight up no Fey drinks.
Oh, you see, they grab 4 bottles, and one of them stops and puts one of the bottles back and brings 3 to you.
Okay.
And they're like these very expensive, nice options of whiskey. Nah, they start. One of them he's like floating in front of it, like wings flapping, and he's like talking about each one of them. So there's like a $8 one, there's a $16 one, and there's a $50 one you can get on the rocks.
What about the $16 one?
Yeah. And he's like, excellent choice. And they put the other 2 down, and they pour you, and a couple of them bring over ice and drop it in your cup. And you can hear the one guy, he's obviously like the sous chef, and he's going and starts yelling for your orders. Did you want anything, Jordan?
burger and I'll lean in like quietly to the puck. I don't want any of my people to know what I'm saying. Unseelie vodka.
Well, he's like, oh, that's an excellent choice. Do you want? I'm assuming you don't want it mixed with anything.
Straight.
Oh, excellent. Not on the rocks, just straight up.
Straight up, no charge.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's getting teleported out of here in no time.
He comes in real close to you and like stands on your shoulder and goes, "There's a Russian fellow. I was drinking that not that long ago. Really liked it." And then he like pops off. Like just as he pops off, you hear his wings kick in and he starts flying away. And he goes and mixes you a drink. You can hear Big Joe in the back, and he's like, "That's when I went up to them and socked them one right in the jaw. Just nailed them down. You wouldn't have believed it." And like the orc starts laughing, and you hear the troll laughing. And he's like, the troll's like, "Oh, it was a long time ago. You don't have what you used to, Joe."
Ever since I've been the champ.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, straight up.
I'm not even going to turn to Brandon. I'm just going to be like,
"Pardon?"
I says, "Pardon?"
That's the guy?
Yeah. He was trying to dicker with my wife. He said, "Your wife, she likes to dicker." And I says, "Pardon?"
I says, "Pardon?"
So round one, ding! I go for the left, I go for the right, I send them down. It was 1-2, was packing the lunch, send them on to meet the blue, you know what I mean? That's why they call me the champ.
I was with my friend Jack Nicholson. You know Jack Nicholson? He was having a hard time getting down off his horse. So my friend said, "Hey, why don't you go jack off the horse?"
Help Jack off the horse. And I says, "Pardon?"
I fucking lose it.
Lose it. So yeah, he's going on there, and like hearing him talk, you get the impression that the champ might be based on him. Right? So
Can I ask you guys a question? Are we just horrible human beings?
always, yes, at the beginning of time. That's why people love us.
Videos of us playing.
Yeah.
How did you not get the idea?
I threw a priest down the
And
street.
only one of us has shown signs of being a sociopath.
Only one.
Only one. The rest of us are just really indecent human beings.
See, Brandon, I don't know if you looked at my little my name tag.
The Ripper.
No,
Or the Trigger.
The
Nope.
Tripper. That's awesome.
Jack the Tripper.
The Tripper.
But Brandon, him talking about what he's going on, it does remind you. You are familiar with the Shiners since you're so old, and his story reminds you of this the story where he knocked out Alan. So he's going. It's someone you knew, like you knew the Shiners, right? And,
Yeah, okay.
and they had started a lot of problems with like the Irish Catholic versus the French Catholic back in the day, back in like 1910. Like it was a big beef that went on back then. And like Joe was notorious for fighting with them.
In meta terms, I don't know what you're talking about.
But this is a real thing. This is a real Canadian thing.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah.
I might have, but I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
Although Google is my friend.
Yeah, you can look up the whole Shiners thing. Not
As Shriners. It was really annoying.
Shiners.
Yeah, I did, and it kept directing me to Shriners.
No, just Canadian Shiners. You look up Big Joe
Between the
Mufferaw.
Irish Catholic immigrants and the French.
Yep.
Attacked French-Canadian timber rafts and fought against the French-Canadian on the streets of Bytown.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they shine you up.
Yep, that's literally it, man. This is real beef back in the day.
That was, and it was 1835 to 1845.
Yeah, sorry. I was...
So it's the 1830s to 1840s.
Yeah, see, they didn't get a heritage minute.
Yeah, they didn't get a heritage minute.
Peter Allen and Joseph Montferrand.
That's Big Joe.
Joe Mont?
That's him. That's the real guy.
Joe Mufferaw?
Is just small friend, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what the song's about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You thought I was making shit up? This shit's for real.
No, I knew about Big Joe Mufferaw, but I didn't know it was back then.
Yeah.
And the 29 boot marks, was that him beating up the
Shiners? Yeah. 29 boot marks, signed with love.
In the Pembroke pub.
In the Pembroke pub.
29 boot marks and they're signed with love.
Big Joe Mufferaw paddled up to Panama in just one day. Hey. All among Mattawa.
Paddled in from Mattawa.
Yeah, the old folks say. And anyway, so that's the thing.
For those of you catching up on the video at home later, now you know.
And knowing's half the battle.
Half the battle.
You know, Jordan, that is the first time I've let you do that in 10 years.
All right, so you two obviously see Volus turn around and look and realize what's going on and what they're talking about. Volus's attention is keenly on the big guy talking about this stuff.
So that's the guy then?
That's the guy. He's been around a while.
Oh, well, you're talking to him.
Okay.
You all get your drinks and your food. It all shows up, expertly spiced and garnished. It smells so good. And the $16 whiskey, you get the impression is probably $100 shot that they sell, that they've got some sort of lead on. Like when you drink it, it's smooth as butter, baby.
Garçon.
Oh, hello, yes.
Another one.
Oh, it would be my pleasure. Off he goes. He brings the bottle. Two of them tip it. Pour you another one, and off he goes. Brings the bottle back.
I leave them a $5 on the table.
Oh, a Laurier.
Laurier.
It's Laurier on the 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laurier.
Well,
Laurier.
I'm gonna drink by drink with reverence.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your steak comes medium rare, Brandon. Volus, like they don't do any. He didn't ask you a way to cook it on purpose.
He just, yeah.
They're cooks of a certain quality, you know.
So I'll take a few bites and then I'll motion for one of them to come over.
Tastes like elk.
Tastes like elk. I would know elk.
Yes, they're not serving cow or any. They're serving elk here apparently, and it is no fat except for the very
They're not
edge.
selling 100% Japanese Wagyu.
Yeah, he also it came with a little
For
sign.
the grill marks.
There's a little sign on it that when you pull off says "Made with beaver rub."
Sorry, what?
With beaver rub.
Aren't beavers mammals?
They are mammals. Do you want to roll on what beaver rub is?
Oh, beaver rub. Sorry. Okay, I thought you said beaver roll.
No,
Row. I'm
no.
like,
Spiced
beaver rub, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's good for the beard too.
Oh, yes. But anyway, eloquent and excellent, and the vegetables on the side, perfect. You know, like this is made with fairy love. It's obvious.
Oh.
And same with you, Jordan. Like your burger that shows up is absolutely amazing, right? All the vegetables are fresh and crisp. The sauces on it have a vaguely maple barbecue taste to them. And there's a little sign on yours that talks about like how the Fae make these sauces themselves and everything.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't think you ordered any food though, did you, Leo?
and a burger.
Oh, you get the same burger, the same exact thing. But yeah,
Now I'm curious to see if they can do sushi.
if you eat that all of it, well, I shouldn't say if. I mean, I'm sure you've got the tummy to eat whatever you want. You can order sushi for sure. You're gonna get California rolls. I want you to know that.
Can I get some sushi?
As you're thinking about sushi, but I kind of pause you for a second as I'm like taking a bite. Hey, walking stick, I don't know if you brought money, but I'm not paying for you.
I got
And
money.
I keep eating.
Why'd you call me walking stick?
Because he's a racist bastard.
Because he's racist.
How's walking stick anywhere Asian?
It's not. I'm making
not.
fun of the fact you look like a homeless guy.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Because he's prejudiced.
Because he's
Let's put it okay.
prejudiced.
It's not just he's not racist. He's just generally prejudiced.
Okay, I can accept that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you get your food. You see Joe moves over to another table. There's a 4 set of people, 2 girls, 2 guys. He's chatting them up, laughing and joking. You can hear him say, "Oh, the tab's on me. It ain't no big deal." And they're like laughing at the joke. "Oh, Joe, blah, 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 blah." He's like, "Ever tell you the time?" And he starts going into a big story over there, right? And you see Trevor. He admits a few more people. There's people of like every ethnicity in here as well, not just like magical types. Like there's a Swedish guy in the corner. There's a German guy. There's a guy from Australia talking about something. And there's a couple of Americans asking about like, are butter tarts really Canadian? There's like all this stuff going on, and like there's also like a table, a few Asian tourists as well there. A couple guys in nice dress suits, all that sort of stuff. Entertaining a few young girls.
I will take a glance around and look to see if there's any Sealy kind of hanging around.
Okay.
Like grouped up. That gives me a average of +1.
+1.
Are you like extending your senses out towards them?
I'm not extending. I don't want to. I'm not doing anything to be conskewed.
Yeah.
Correct me.
The bar is very big. Like it's a big circle in the middle of the room. And then they have like hanging shelves, which is where all the alcohol is, and cups and whatnot. Like it's very, very big and very, very open, right? And you can see out the glass windows out towards the river and the town across the way and everything. Like there's a very big open place. And just on the other side, in the far corner, it looks to be a couple of Sealies with their it looks to be summer court, if it's anyone at all.
Okay.
Right? And they're over there. It's a very androgynous person. It's hard to tell if they're a boy or a girl, and a girl.
Okay.
And they're talking and laughing, but like you couldn't tell that person. You're gonna have to ask their gender because it's almost impossible to tell.
2016.
Okay.
Is that before or after the big blow up with the summer court?
I would imagine it's all after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we don't need to deal with that. They're dealing with enough.
Yeah. Also, Volus, you'd be aware, like a lot of this stuff just didn't filter up into Canada in a big way.
No, I understand that, but if you've got one of the queens there,
if you think it's Tatiana, you can ask.
No, I'm not getting into that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, right. Like,
but if this was anywhere near around when the summer court fucking blew up and they ended up, didn't they kill one of the queens?
Yeah, and there was a big shift of power and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the youngest of the summer queens, she tried raising her rank, didn't she?
I don't even remember. I don't even know if I've even read that
in
far.
the book, like, because she tried killing people and killing Harry, didn't she?
Roll lore.
Roll lore. Fuck that. I gotta go get the book and read it.
Roll lore.
So I can't do each other out. So +1.
So +2.
I don't have lore.
+1. Okay, so
no. I got a blank, 2 pluses, and a minus.
Blank, 2 pluses, so +1. All right. So yeah, you're not terribly sure about that stuff, and in your studies, you've seen drawings of Tatiana and Maud, and
drawings only do so much.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any of the drawings you've seen of Tatiana or Mab. This girl's got very light hair, so it's definitely not Mab. Right?
So she might just be of the court, but not of the royalty.
And it's
besides, I'm not the one doing the searching.
And it's the same with the androgynous person. It's hard to tell who they are. Yeah. And as for like knowledge in relation to the court drama, it's never been a big vocation of yours or a big research to look into it. So
I'm a hired gun.
Yeah, I mean, you've been to the Never Never, you've worked and done those jobs, you've been asked to do that stuff, but it's never really been anything too intense. You know what I mean?
I've got an iron knife in my back pocket.
Yeah, and like realistically, everything that's gone on that you've been in the Never Never with was like you were brought in for numbers purposes, so that they could do a negotiation and make a deal and yada 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 for like transit through the Never Never. You know, it's just stuff like that. Like realistically, when it comes to Monarch and their interaction with the courts, it's pleasant. It's distant cousin pleasant business. You know what I mean? It's like we get each other. We know we work together, but we barely know each other. You know? So it's like that. So Jordan, having noticed that person, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna eat some of my food, and then I'm gonna motion for one of the little fays to come over.
Okay, he comes over. What can I do you for?
When I need to talk to Joe when he gets a chance.
He stands up straight on the table, flips his lapel a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, Joe, I'd love to talk to you. He's always got a good story or two. You're new to the area, yes?"
Yes.
"Oh, you wouldn't believe the things. He's got an upstairs room as well with a bunch of his paraphernalia. The stuff down here is garbage compared to the stuff he has upstairs." And then he flies right off to Joe. What are you doing, Leo?
I'm eating, and let's follow one of my friends here.
The burger is absolutely stellar. Tastes great. You eat the whole burger. They come with these.
Sushi?
He goes, "Oh, happy to, and off he goes. And you can see them making the sushi in the back.
Really excited.
What's that saying about that they have at Asian restaurants where they're like enjoy? It's like arimasu or something like that.
Arimasu?
That's Japanese.
Yeah, so you're talking Japanese, yeah.
I didn't know that.
The Asian area is very large, and we're all ignorant.
Yes, I just didn't know which one was which. I don't speak any of those languages.
Yeah, like mushi mushi is Japanese for hello. And like I said that to a Chinese person once, and they're like, "That's Japanese." And I'm like, I just feel dumb now.
Mushi mushi.
Yeah, it's like for a phone when you pick up a phone. Hey, mushi mushi. Yeah.
You learned that from The Simpsons, didn't you?
I learned that from too much anime.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
You know, you should know that's Japanese anime.
Yeah, you should. I should. You think I would?
Animes.
Yeah. So anyway, what you get your sushi? They bring it, and you get California rolls. They have the sauce, the orange sauce on top of it. It's got fish egg as well, and it's absolutely delightful. If you eat it, it's fantastic. And the as we were talking about earlier, the wasabi is real wasabi. So, absolutely fantastic. They bring you.
That's hot.
They bring you 3 rolls. So there's more than enough. There's almost too much food here.
Ever.
All right. What are you going to do while Jordan's scoping out this Sealy Court people? Is there anyone you want to talk to, you two? Before you talk to Joe? Do you want to go upstairs and, like, you can see the staircase. It's an open steel staircase that's painted black that leads up to, like, glass railings and everything. And you can see that there's people up there being served and Faye going up and down there as well. There's also what looks like a deck you can walk onto and a balcony that you can look over the lake. There's a lot of people out there as well, chatting and laughing and joking. Like, the place is very alive with sound. And there seems to be what looks like a small band outside playing like violins and joking and laughing with people. You can see they're very minstrelly playing it up.
Okay, so I'm going to finish my food, and then I'll head up to the second floor, and I'll try and make it look like I'm looking at some of the paraphernalia, but more away from other people.
Up on the second floor, you find the place is a little more churchy than the downstairs. There's a lot of like crosses and symbology. There's statues as well, but there's also, like, in the center of the room, a very large statue of Big Joe that looks to be over 100 years old. Right?
Bronze statue?
Yeah, and there's parts of a boat on one side over there as well. So, and there's a plaque on it, if you want to read the plaque.
Sure.
The plaque goes on about being on a ship that was downed and surviving it, coming to the New World.
The Edmonds, is it the Herald of the Edmonds Fitzgerald?
No, it's a ship that you've never heard of. It's the the Callister.
I'm just trying to go with more Canadiana here, man.
In this case, it's not a ship you've ever heard of. It's the Callister.
The Edmund Fitzgerald was hauling iron ore from Michigan, across Lake Superior from Michigan.
To Canada,
heading to Michigan.
I thought they were in Lake Ontario.
Oh, he's got a baby.
Oh, Lake Ontario, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were heading. They had a load of iron ore.
Yes.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be back.
But I don't think that's the Canadian song.
Oh.
Gordon Lightfoot sang it. But,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there were Canadians on the boat. Never know. For some reason, I'm always weirded out when Americans know, about Ontario.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't assume they know anything about any.
For a lot of states, you're the biggest trading partner, right? Michigan,
True.
Illinois, those stupid New England.
Yeah, I never assume that they know anything about our provinces.
Well, they probably just assume we all live in igloos, right? I mean,
Welcome back. Something wrong with the kid?
Yeah, he's been having nightmares, so.
Oh, sorry, man. That's rough.
Well, Ford has to get up early tomorrow, so I brought him down to put him in the living room for now.
Hey.
Does he sleep?
He's watching the Wiggles, see something.
Alright, the Wiggles.
He'll hang out there for a bit, he'll probably pass out. He just needs some phonic stimulus for a little bit just to pass out.
Your dadly duties have been calling?
Little guy's in the living room now, so he'll hang out there sleeping, and then I'll bring him back upstairs. And
that's so
if I didn't bring him down here, I'd be having to lay next to his bed for the next hour and a half or so to get him down.
Oh yeah, I hear that. All right.
So, did I miss anything important?
They went upstairs and looking at Big Joe. There's people up there as well. Big Joe's collection upstairs. There's a statue of Big Joe. There's a lot of really churchy stuff upstairs, from his private collection. There's tables as well. And on the wall, there's a ship with a plaque, and he just read started reading the plaque about the Callister.
Okay.
So
did they leave me at the bar, or am I there?
You can go up. Well, I know Brandon's character Volus went upstairs. I don't know about you two. I know Leo just ordered some California rolls. So.
Oh, in all honesty, I want Volus to take a point with this guy anyway. My interactions may muddy the waters.
All right.
So I'll just make nice with the general people at the bar.
Yeah. When you're upstairs standing around looking at all the stuff, they're spaying. They're like, out of the way, bringing up food. And you see people they bringing up plates, 2 or 3, flying plates up to people and bringing drinks and whatnot. They're very attentive. All right. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Joe. I'm going to look around at some
just
of the...
Waiting for him? Okay, so are you guys going to go up with Volus and look at the stuff as well, so we're all together?
I'm going to make nice with the bar patrons.
You're going to go up to the unsealed... You wanted Sealy, right? The Semicord.
Well, I asked who was there. You just told me there was only Semicord there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a auburn-haired girl who looks kind of druidy. And a androgynous person as well.
I could definitely
I would say the term non-binary would describe them.
I definitely can say off the bat. I probably wouldn't go over and talk to them.
Okay.
I don't fit with them.
Yeah. Okay.
But, just general people.
What about you, Leo? You going to follow him?
Oh, I'm waiting for my California rolls, man.
You've got them? You've gotten them. You got them. You've started eating them. You've eaten as much of them as you possibly can. Did you eat the whole plate?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely stellar. You are so stuffed.
I leave them. I asked for the bill.
Yeah, they bring you a bill. Roll resources.
Roll what?
Resources.
Okay. 2.
Oh, you've got enough money for that plus a tip. Like a generous tip if you wanted to.
Do I have enough money to help cover the boys' tabs?
With plus 2, yeah, absolutely. You can pay for everyone's tab with the plus 2.
Okay, and I give them a nice tip.
Yeah. The Fae are super excited about it, and the more coins you give them, the more elated they seem about it. right? Like
I
the
give
money
them all the coins.
the actual paper money, the plastic money, they're just like business as usual. But as soon as you hand coins, the eyes light up. They love the coins.
Can I just give them rolls of toonies then?
I don't think you're carrying rolls of toonies on you. Are you? If you are, you can.
It's for an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, a roll of toonies and loonies, you just take a sock out. You you see how excited he gets. You take one of the tens before he gets it, and you pay him in loonies, and he's just so happy, right? And you see one talking, he's like, "Oh, that's a 2001. That's a 2001." They're the one they're fighting over, and the one guy pushes him and goes, "I'm your boss," and takes the 2001 loonie. He's super excited about it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right, you gonna join Volus upstairs?
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Jack? You following your team?
At this point, I'll follow them.
All right. As you walking up, the two of you, you see Big Joe's disengaged from what they're doing, seeing all three of you going upstairs, and you go, 1 minute. And, he heads upstairs, and he's like, "Boys, going to look at the good stuff, huh?" And he follows you up. He's like, "Look at this statue I got in the middle here." And he goes upstairs, and he puts his arm around you, Alfred, and he's just like, "Buddy, I haven't seen a man of your kind in these parts in a long, long time. You know those Taoists? There's 2 temples in town. There's 2. And there's one guy, he just doesn't come here at all. I think he's too good for my type, you know what I mean?" But anyway, what about you? What's your deal? I saw you drinking. You look like good people. Did you try the $50 shots we got? I'll tell you, I got that from Norway. Norway, my man. You got to try that stuff.
I had the rye. What's the one from Norway?
The Norway's a $50 one. It's magic in it. It makes you more charismatic. It makes you more likable. It's got straight up magic in it, my man.
Okay, is it a fade drink? Because last time I had one, I tripped balls.
The fade drinks will make you see things you probably, make you connect to yourself, really. But, let me tell you, that Norway one, the Schlepp, it's good stuff.
Have I ever
What is
heard
it,
of
Blessed by
schlep?
Bragi? Blessed by Bragi?
Bragi. I got a story about Bragi. Back about 100 years ago, I took a boat out to the east and ended up doing this big old tour. I was hanging with the boys, and I came across, I kid you not, one of the patrons of Bragi. Now, this guy was the biggest jerk I have ever met. He was trying to get me to go with him, and he said I didn't have a choice. He said, "You either get up and go, or it's not happening." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Can you get up or not?" And I was like, "Pardon?" And it turned into a straight-up fist fight. I laid them thick down, you know what I mean? But anyway, this statue I had made by Michelangelo himself. He descended from heaven to make this statue of me. Look at this thing. Gorgeous. And you might notice in the pantalon area, it's quite thick. I said, don't do it too big. I don't want it to look real life. I don't want people getting envious. Just do nice, normal looking. Nice, normal looking statue. I don't want you to make me as small as David. I know he's a humble, wise man. Back in the Greek days, that was the thing. Smaller the penis, the bigger the brain. He said, "Joe, you're going to have a dick bigger than a log. They'll be able to ride that thing down the down the river." I laughed so hard at that guy. I said, "Michael," slapped him on the back. He slaps you, Alfred, on the back. He's like, "You're a good guy." And then he sees you, Volus.
Across the room.
He sees you, Volus, and he goes, "Why'd you come over
When he
here?"
slaps me across the back, do I stumble a bit? Because
Yeah, he's very boisterous in the way he moves. He sees you, Volus, and he signals you over. He goes, "I see you're looking at the Callister. Classic ship. That thing can go between realities. I crashed that on the way to the Never Never."
They don't make them like that anymore.
No, they do not. Alright, so, let me tell you about settling this bar. About 80, 90 years ago, I had come to this area again after settling with the French and the Irish about what we were going to do. We had made an agreement about who was running what. And he begins going into this big, long story. Right? So, if you want to cut an edgewise, you're gonna have to. You got this probably a presence, charisma, command, reputation, if any of you have it.
who's rolling what?
Well, Brandon knows him. That might give him an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I know.
I'll give you a
of them, I don't
straight
know
up
him.
+2 on a roll for presence.
Presents?
Yeah, and the aspect in this area is welcome to my legacy. Yeah.
I got 4.
Nice. You not only stop him in his tracks, but all of a sudden he recognizes you. He's like, "Aren't you the Monarch guy in town? I heard you guys are setting up shop here."
Well, I'm not here to set up shop. I'm here for a situation that happened not long ago. And I was wondering if I could get some information.
There's a lot going on in town, my man. You wouldn't believe the problems we've been having with the Black Court, not to mention a bunch of the White Court shit Jean-Paul's been allowing in town. That guy has been nothing but trouble. I cannot stand that guy. You know, he was on the side of the Shiners back in the day. I tell you about my problem with the Shiners? And then he starts going...
I remember the Shiners.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. But yeah, Jean-Paul, back in the day with the fucking Shiners. You wouldn't believe it.
It's kind of a prick.
He's running the Byward Market now, him and his brother Joseph, who I haven't seen in a while. Joseph went back to France. Apparently he's been trafficking in a lot of stuff recently. And, Jean-Paul's been taking his place, and apparently he's been dunking on some stuff and been missing shots with others. And, he ain't come and talked to me in a while, so I've been meaning to go into the Byward Market, which I used to run. I'll be clear on that. That used to be my stomping ground. Jean-Paul's been running it.
Back when it was Bytown.
Yeah, you good old boy, I could tell.
I remember those days. Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
So what can I do you for? What are you guys looking to figure out?
Well, actually, it kind of involves John Paul.
Mm. You have loyal to the court, Jack?
Yep.
If you want a fate point, you should probably defend Jean-Paul here and the shit-talking that he just did about him.
You know what? If you want to compel that, I'll jump on this. I'll jump on this bullet.
You can take the point or not. I don't make you lose a point. I don't believe in that. You can either take it or not.
No, it's not losing a point, but it's not. I could just choose not to get it.
So in Fate, there's the actual mechanic is if there's a compel and you don't take it, you lose a fate point.
Well,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want it to be open to take or not.
Wouldn't I be compelled to do it too because of Blood Brothers?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? You could, if you did it, you would get a point as well. And
I'm not going to defend Jean-Paul. I'm going to defend the court.
Wandering monk, traveling, exercise skills. Well, you have through friendship we triumph with Jack Sloan. So you have that, Leo. If he starts going, you might be compelled to support what he's saying if he gets opposition.
So yeah, I want to use my presence.
Yeah.
And I'll go with listen. Jean-Paul, he could be a fuck-up. But the courts bring a level of sophistication to the market that it needs.
Sophistication? Have you seen the clothing they've been bringing in from Paris? The shit's trash. Absolutely disgusting.
True.
Yeah, that's actually really good. So you take your point?
Yeah.
You want to say something, Volas?
Yeah, what are we rolling for?
Whatever you want to roll on it. Yeah, all that matters, if you want the fate point, you have to defend Jean-Paul here.
Yeah,
because he's straight up shit-talking him.
Okay, well then I would probably roll for presence.
Okay.
I guess.
Presence has charisma, command, reputation, and social fortitude, so you could use reputation.
Reputation, okay, but I rolled negative. I rolled -3, and my presence is +3.
But you can use you can use his legacy on this one.
No, the story title is Blood Brothers, but the phase aspect is Faith Like a Pillar.
Yeah.
So I couldn't use that.
No. What is being?
I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna vehemently defend him, but I'll just be like, John Paul does what he can for the area. He's brought a level of balance to the area.
Mm-hmm. No, but you also have On My Honor, right?
On My Honor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your beef is with John Paul. None of my concern. But him and his White Court have given some balance to the area. They have had some troubles in the area lately, but that wasn't them. That was another issue that hopefully we've taken care of, or we're looking into currently.
All I know is
Which
that
one
guy
of
is a straight up fuck up.
Straight
one of the reasons,
up.
which is one reason why we're here.
And it's half the reason his brother went back to Paris.
Joe, I've known John Paul for a long time. And yeah, sure, he's a fuck up. And sometimes it's hard. And, I'm not necessarily going to say he's good at anything.
Albert, get to the point.
And sometimes he's a fucking prick. And
sometimes he'll steal your girl, and sometimes he'll shit in the back of your car. I know this one time.
Will you get to your fucking point already?
But when push comes to shove,
Yeah.
and you really need someone to help you, he's got your back. And really,
Where is he? Then where is he?
You guys all sound like you've been drinking the Kool-Aid.
And remember, label said, go for that sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly. So look at the both of you. I want that Driftwood sponsorship. Driftwood IPA, the Wolf.
I like how
Anyway,
you guys are
we're not
So-
not here about John Paul.
You got a -3?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you got a +2. That's not bad. What are you rolling?
Can I roll rapport?
Yeah, absolutely. Rapport,
I get
yes.
a 1.
Are you doing chit chat, first impressions, opening up, social defense? What are you doing here?
I'm just chit-chatting him.
So mine balanced out to a 0, by the way. 'Cause
Okay,
I rolled a
zero?
-3, but I have a +2, so
Plus
0.
0. Okay, 2. And you are. What'd you roll on the chit chat? Leo?
Me?
Yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Rolled a 1? That's not bad.
See, they're defending him. I'm defending the court.
Yeah. Yeah, which is very much the thing. So all three of you can get a fate point. You've being compelled for this. And he says, all right, I get it. I get that he's the kind of guy that if you're in good with him, he's got your back. I'm just saying, I still got beef with the Byword market.
That's fair. We're not contesting that.
He points to a sign that looks like it's as old as balls that says Byword. He's like, that was the last of my signs that those assholes took down. Still got it. Still got it in other ways, though. Hey! He turns to one of the fairies. He's like, bring us some drinks. He goes and he sees
I'll take
people
one
at a
of those
table.
$50 shots.
Absolutely. He points at people at the table. He says, get out. And they're like, oh, yeah, all right. They get off the table. He's like, it's my table. All right. What do you guys want to know?
Well, first of all, about the incidents going on, the missing people going on in the. We need some information on the missing people in town.
Mm-hmm.
There was one issue. There was one particular person that was involved because of the White Court,
Mm-hmm.
but he was being controlled. He was being mind controlled with the glamour. And we got information out of him, but then he
I can't express
mysteriously
enough
died.
how much I don't give a shit about the White Court.
Yeah, well, this
Essentially,
isn't about the
Jade is moving in.
You think Jade Court's moving in? What makes you think that?
because there's one locked up in one of the temples downtown. In one of the temples.
And you know that as a fact?
Yeah, we're going to go kill him soon.
Oh, that's not a problem, is it?
No, but where there's one.
Drinks arrive.
So there might be more issues. You know of any Jade Court in town?
I know the Jade Court have had. I need you to roll a rapport or something. A rapport or presence or investigator, something.
Ooh,
Even an
4.
on.
4 on my presence.
You doing charisma or reputation?
I'm also going up by reputation.
But wait,
because-
so reputation would be presence, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But in what way are you using your reputation?
I know shit.
Yeah, okay.
Like, people know that even if they don't know I'm a wizard, they know I know shit.
Okay. So restate your question for me. Your statement.
My previous statement was, they're moving in.
He looks you up and down, and because it's a dice game. Ooh. He goes, "You're a wizard or something, aren't you?"
Something.
Wizard's been having a lot of problem with the vampire courts down south.
I heard a lot about stuff going on down south. Thankfully, I'm a northerner.
Yeah, well, there was that whole big shit with the Okanagan back in Kelowna. That went sideways real bad. Well, I mean, we won in the end because you don't fuck with the North, but... He looks at you, like, long and hard. He doesn't say anything, he just straight up stares you down.
I've got to make a lore on this one.
Mm-hmm. He's just like...
3.
On scholarship?
On lore.
There was a whole thing with the Red Court in Okanagan, where they were trying to do a big bid to take over all the families that were running all the wine stuff. It was a big money thing. And it turned into a bunch of American wizards being sent up there to, like, deal with them, because if they got over the wine trades, there's a lot of shipping of, like...
They could put their blood in the wine.
It's not the blood in the wine, human trafficking. Like, the human trafficking element would have been massive, right?
Oh, yeah,
not to mention there's a lot of imports from, like, India and, like, slavery in the Okanagan that Canada's not aware of that they're doing. Like, it's really rough, and, like, the Red Court wanted, like, control of it. It was, like, a big deal, and the Wizards got very involved in it because of it.
I'll just look at me and say, I go to my way to not mess with the Red Court. They stay out of my way, I stay out of their way.
I'll
So
tell
if they
you,
step in front of me, I'll put them down.
that's fair enough. This is neutral territory, so if they come in here, we don't do anything about it. But if they cause problems, they end up in the lake. And I mean the bottom of it. Alright. So, you want to talk about the Jade Court? Well, I'll tell you this about them. In the past 2 years, we have had more of their emissaries here than I care to admit to. They come in, they got a room up on the top floor. They got the penthouse. And every couple of months, a couple more of those emissaries start showing up. They're little go-to men. And they've been buying property, setting stuff up. They've got a warehouse that they've been shipping and receiving from, that they're working with. It's been shipping from Vancouver over to here. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Western attitude. When that whole thing happened in the Okanagan, I got involved and did my part. It's the right thing to do as Canadian. But now they're here buying property. And we've already got Blackcourt and Vanier. That's enough for me, plus them damn and dirty Whitecourt and Byward.
Agree to disagree on this.
Where's the warehouse?
It's on the Rideau Canal.
So that's just up the river then, where
Just
we are
up.
here.
It's been a problem. They go in there, they set up, they come over here, they go up to the penthouse.
But so you're saying the emissaries are showing up.
The emissaries.
I'm saying they're starting to show up.
I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine? Look over there. You see that guy over there? He doesn't imagine. That's madness.
Well, I haven't seen one personally yet, but I've heard enough stories.
Yeah.
We're gonna go meet one tomorrow. So.
Well, most things would make me enjoy my presence.
He stands up, walks across the room, grabs a statue and turns it, opens up the chest, takes out a necklace, closes it, and walks back to you. He goes, "You know what this is? This is from the Queen herself."
Oh.
Right? This is from Elizabeth. This thing, keep your mind fresh and clear. Now, I've heard that them Jade Court are worse than White Court. That when they get in your mind, They don't just influence you, they control you. Now, I don't know how true that is. Ain't nobody ever seen one in person. But
No, but we've seen the effects of that on one.
this will resist White Court. I don't know if it'll work on Jade Court. From what I understand,
give you a higher fortitude.
what I understand, that Jade Court, they eat your very soul. When they get you, they take your consciousness. What do you call it? What, that key? They take a key. Whatever the hell that means. It ain't your feelings they're eating like White Court, but maybe, I don't know. This Elizabethan necklace might help you guys. I don't know.
I don't know, walking stick. You think you can use it?
You still there, Leo?
What?
Yeah, sorry, I'm super tired. I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock.
I'm trying to stay awake.
Yeah. What would it take for us to borrow that from you?
Just bring it back. If you're going to fight a Jade Court, just bring it back.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I expect we're getting out of that basement, and he ain't not.
Wow. Where's the basement? In case I gotta come collect.
Temple.
Which one?
The Taoist temple off Bayshore.
Oh, yeah! Yeah. I know that lad. He's a good guy. He's funny.
Yeah. What was the name of the
His
guy? The
name
Taoist temple
is Lin Shu.
Lin Chu.
Yep. Good guy, that
yeah.
one. Never been in here, but I've met him a couple times. Good guy.
Okay, so what's this about the Black Court in Vanier?
Oh, they've been in Vanier for a while.
I've been in Vanier for a while, and there's been a lot of them recently. They've been coming in from the States, and they've been buying a bunch of the French side. Just over that river, over that bridge. Buying, and then they come in and they go to Bayshore. And they spend time in Bayshore at night. And it's been pretty bad. I've had a couple of my boys trying to see what they can do about it. But those black...
They're getting that pest control.
Yeah, well, like I said, they're a bunch of fucking shitheads. And they've been causing nothing but trouble. So.
Speaking of trouble, there's one other bit of trouble.
Mm.
2 people come through town recently. Kind of not too hard to miss. They're involved in a certain club getting burnt to the ground.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. That's Rocco trying to make a bigger bid. He's trying to, get big game and picking fights with people he shouldn't, ain't it?
Yeah, well, he made a deal or brought in some people that you shouldn't have.
What do you know about the Denarians?
Not a whole lot. I know they're all connected to the church back in the day. That there's Swords of the Cross that deal with them. And every now and again, we end up getting one of the Swords of the Cross up here. That's about all I know.
We don't right now, but they're here. At least 2 of them.
Swords of the
And
Cross or
they're
the
ones that
Denarians?
The Denarians. They're the reason why the silver dollar burned down.
Guy with the noose?
No.
No.
Described as a girl and
a chick with
big
the hair.
Chick with the hair?
Deirdre and someone we don't know.
Mm. Well, the chick with the hair, she's been in trouble before. Her dad, the guy with the guy with the noose, he's been here and he caused a lot of trouble about 100+ years ago. I don't know. I guess there wasn't enough people here for them to give a shit, so they left.
Well, they're here for a particular artifact, and we're here to stop them.
What do they want? My statue of the little hobo there? That's the real dog, by the way. I'm not even kidding. We bought him and had him stuffed. As faithful as the day is long.
No, what? No. They're here for.
Well, why not? It's the best.
They're here for a specific artifact that is.
I just kept thinking he was moving on, but now you had to ruin it.
They're here for they're in town for a particular artifact that they thought they could get from what was his name? The Baroner
Rocco.
again?
Hmm?
Rocco? That they thought they could get from Rocco, but he tried cheating them.
Oh, he didn't try cheating them. The idiot didn't specify rules. When you're making a meeting with any force, you have to make sure the rules are clear.
Well, if he had done it here, things would have went much smoother. What bar did you say he tried? You said the Silver Dollar, right? His bar.
Yeah.
He's still new to the whole supernatural business.
Rocco's been here. I've talked with him about it. He's trying to become Big Fish, and I think if he keeps pushing the way he does, he might very well become Big Fish.
Well,
Maybe, but not if he doesn't. Not if he doesn't get his bar listed under the Accord.
Did you see the troll fella down there? Garth? Garth's a big lad.
So big guy.
Yeah. He should have hired Garth. Garth would have made sure everything went down nice and smooth.
Well, he's still alive, so maybe he'll...
Oh, was his life almost... Did they almost get him?
Well, they got everyone else
in the bar at the time. He almost got him last time.
Please tell me Sheila's fine. Sheila's a stripper. I've met her. I like her. She's nice.
That'd be crispy.
Well, I'll have to look into it. I haven't seen her in a couple weeks, so... I gave that man one of my cooks. Straight up. One of the Fae was working at the Silver Dollar. You know what? I gotta go. And he gets up and walks away.
Well, that helps.
Well, we didn't get any...
Your phone starts ringing. Your phone starts ringing, Volus.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Volus Thornbjornson?
Yes.
We got some information for you.
Okay.
You're asking about Yagwai?
Okay, yep.
Yagwai's from China. He's from the Yangtze River. He recently got one of the coins and has been making a bunch of plays. There was a temple that was burned down, and he was involved in that.
Huh. Hey, walking stick, isn't that your temple burn?
Yagwai is, without a doubt, a shifter. He's got some sort of bear ability to start out with, and then on top of that, he's got this coin. Now, we don't know which demon is connected to the coin quite yet. Any information you can get would be very helpful.
Being connected to the coin is more than enough.
Yeah. He himself is very, very powerful. There's been many stories that have come up in relation to him, like haunting people, coming after them, chasing after certain families.
So he holds grudges.
Yes, and he's been around for a while. There's an unnatural life cycle for him. We don't know how he's keeping his host alive for so long.
Okay, thank you. Anything further?
You had a couple other questions, yes? I've got a whole file here. What were your questions?
Shit. Glad I write shit down. Just a matter of
what does the Pengu Fu axe do?
The Pengu Fu axe, yeah. So we have the Pengu Fu axe here as well. He opens a file. You can hear him clicking. The Pengu Fu axe, we had to do some real pushing on this one. This has the ability to separate the earth from the sea, the sky from the earth. There's a bunch of legends in relation to it. But the truth of the matter is what we think it can do is separate people from demons. Forcefully.
Oh,
okay.
Forcefully.
I didn't want that.
It very well also might be able to, from what I'm reading here, hold on a second. Apparently it says here that it can separate your good from your bad side, your yin from your yang. Literally splitting you into two people. The more time you get hit, the more time you get separated from your parts.
That could be bad.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know what parts means, whether it's talking arms or legs or whatnot, or if it's literally meaning your aspects of your personality. But it's
cut off my hand and it went bad, so I lopped it off at the wrist.
I don't get that reference. But it seems like it can definitely, if it removes your strength from your weakness, and they get your weakness, maybe? I don't know.
It'd be a good way to separate the coins from the people.
Might be. So that would be like, I mean, I'm reading from this, like, it'd be the kind of weapon they wouldn't want someone to have against them.
Fair point.
Makes sense why they would looking to buy it.
Yeah. All right. If you need anything else, let me know. But if you have a lead on the Pangu Fu axe, Monok definitely wants it. Higher up, and put a note on here that said any resources you need to acquire this thing, let them know.
I'll keep you posted.
All right. And then that phone hangs up. So you have +5 resources now.
Oh. Yay.
Yeah. All right.
So I can move my resources up to Suburb then?
Superb, yeah. So right now, in relation to getting stuff through Monok,
Yeah.
you have +5 resources. They will fund you to get this axe.
Just pulling a strike team then.
Yeah. If you pull in a strike team, they'll be like, "You are the strike team. Take care of it."
Mm.
Yeah.
You got someone there?
Oh,
hire them.
You need a gun?
They're
yeah,
like,
give me a gun.
you need people? We'll pay for those people. You got someone there?
Yeah. No.
Oh, we do.
You guys can get paid.
Joe?
That's definitely, like, that pops into your head.
What's his name? The troll.
Garth?
Garth. We could hire him.
Yeah, we don't need to hire him just yet. We'll take care of we don't need to bring him into the Taoist temple.
Oh, I'm not worried about them.
I wouldn't recommend bringing him into the Taoist temple because that's the one person we don't need to get all of a sudden mind fucked.
And then become an enemy?
And now we're fighting a Jade Court vampire and 2 thralls.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And
I can't fight the
troll.
thrall, but I can handle the Jade Court.
Yeah.
So you have necklace. Leo, you seem kind of done.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm like about to fall asleep.
I see that. I give you permission to log off if you're done. We're pretty much at the end of this arc.
I am trying really hard to stay awake. I am about to crash.
You are a beautiful person, and I appreciate your patience with us.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Talk soon, buddy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I guess the only thing left to do now is to drink and whore my way through this bar.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow. A chicka, chicka, shay.
Did I get my shot?
Yeah, everything came up.
Brought to you almost
while they were
20 minutes
talking.
ago in conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, I drink my shot then.
It is absolutely glorious. You feel like the best version of yourself. Right? You think, I can say the things I need to say. I could act the way I mean to act.
Where was this fucking 20 minutes ago?
Yeah. You've had it this whole time.
Yeah.
And you've done well. You've done. I gave you +2, don't you remember?
That's true.
And now that you're feeling all better and everything else, and you get that extra bit of charisma, I'm sure you can land that androgynous and Sealy downstairs.
Yeah. Just like a boy.
Stinks.
Aww. All right, what are you guys doing?
Getting all fussy.
Well, we've got time.
Mhm.
Because we're not actually doing anything until later, so we've got time to actually relax.
You could do something here. You could run to the police station to talk to someone. You could hit on someone in the bar and be ridiculous.
I'm going to actually push my luck on that one.
Oh, God. All right.
I'm going downstairs, and I'm going to look around to see if I can find any unsealing.
I'm gonna go pick up the Sealy chick.
No one Sealy.
Brandon's going after the
girl?
The summer court girl.
All right. Well, what's your plan? And give me a roll.
I'm going to go to the bar and order the fruitiest drink that they have and send it to her table.
She's at the end of
Fantastic.
the bar, yeah?
Fantastic. The fruitiest drink that they have would be some sort of daiquiri.
Fruitiest fey drink.
Daiquiri with Fey whiskey in it.
Okay.
Alright. And, no Fey rum. They have a Fey rum in the daiquiri. So, they make that. They send it to her. Do you send it to one or both?
Oh, if I said don't send it to both, they'll probably be offended. So I'll send it to both.
Fantastic. They both get the drink, and, derp. I need you to do a roll for a charisma. Which is presence.
Presence? Oh, +4.
Oh, yeah. They see you there, and they get the drinks, and the little fairy guy, the little fae, he's talking and blah, 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 and yada, 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 and he's going on, and then he points back towards you, and they look towards you. What do you do?
And
They're looking right at you.
And I'll wave to them.
They pick up their drinks, and they walk over towards you. Go, hey! What brings you to Big Joe's?
Just had some dealings with Joe. All done that now. Got some stories from him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's got quite the collection here. There's upstairs. There's a very famous boat. It crashed just on the other side of the Never Never. It was quite a problem because they made a lot of the rivets with iron. Yeah.
I can imagine that didn't go over so well.
No, it was a big deal for a long time.
They don't make boats like that like they used to.
Oh,
I know. I used to have. I know they don't make boats the way they used to when I was around either. So.
Oh, you've been around for a while, have you? And the one goes and puts her arms around you, and the other one kind of leans in. The non-binary one kind of leans in and goes, so you've been around? Been on boats?
Going on 800.
That's awesome. And they go, do you want to come outside? We have a boat outside. It's actually really, really cool. And we can't get it started for the life of us. We bought it and it just won't go. And the other one's like, we actually have really good music and some drinks on there. You should come over and just like hang out for a while. I mean, even if it doesn't go, at least it's company with someone who got an idea how to get it working. And the other one, the non-binary one's like, I've tried for all I'm worth.
Want to get their motor running, Brandon?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, I go with them.
Are you coming too, Jordan, or what? There's two of them. One says my name's Kaylee, and the other one says my name's Colleen.
If you want to compel, I finish what I start, I'll go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't split the
they'd
party.
see the mark of power on me, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
So I'll come back through the crowd and meet up with them as they're heading down and go, where are we going?
Oh, this large fellow seems to have a good take on boats, apparently. Yeah, he seems to know what he's doing. So we're going to bring him out to our boat and see if he can get our motor running. Trouble! What could happen next?
I need a second to compose my question.
Get your motor running. Boom, 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 boom. Heading down the highway.
Down the highway. Down.
So Leo's like, I'm going to go check on Bob. Sorry. I'm going to go check on Jean Paul and make sure he's okay in the back of the trunk there. He kind of dived out of nowhere. And he's going to go check on him.
Obviously, you ladies, you'd enjoy I don't want to impart the same ladies, but obviously the two of you wouldn't. Let's agree that we'll go out there and have a good time and
Colleen
not
says,
not take up a whole day.
Colleen says, it's okay. It's no big deal. I identify as there.
Oh, okay. So you two wouldn't be taking up the whole day, I assume.
Well, I mean,
With
as
our
much of the
interest.
night as we can. Yeah, definitely. It'd be a lot of fun.
This night?
We
You
do
sure?
we do
This
have
night?
plans and we do have plans in the morning.
Brandon? This night?
Oh, just this night.
Only this night.
They look at each other and they start talking. Yeah, just tonight.
It'd be fun.
We have a room underneath the deck as well, where we can't get the radio going. Maybe one of you can see if you can get the bass going on it, and get all the sound going. This human tech is really weird.
Oh, well, you know what? I think my friend here might be able to help with that too. I've never been much for, I'm not much for the radio. I enjoy just the nature.
Wouldn't they know him as a wizard, like right off the bat?
They'd know
You
me
want
as
to
something.
roll as a lore for that?
Like they'd know me as power.
I got 3 pluses and a minus. So what would I don't have.
So
lore,
that'd be
so-
2.
Yeah, 2.
They're not entertaining you for no reason.
Granted, they know you.
But no, wouldn't they know that he's a wizard, and so if he tries going to fix their radio, that's kind of counterproductive.
They
No,
also
they-
know that they can make things work regardless.
Yeah. They could care less. Like the fact that they're baiting us onto the boat.
Yeah, that's straight up what's
All I've
happening.
met-
It literally
I've
has.
managed-
They just want you on the boat.
Literally, Brandon, the only thing I managed to pull off is that they're only going to take up one night of our time.
Yes.
They're now bound by the rule of 3.
Are you
Which
sure?
I'm gonna
Are you
pay
sure?
for that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for that because I hate being cornered.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Kaylee seems very happy that you're coming. Colleen is also very excited. They're happy that this is like moving forward, right? So
Okay, let's go to the boat.
So you walk out to the dock, to the pier. There's a lot of really nice boats out there, and there's one at the end, which is very nice, absolutely beautiful. Has paintings on the outside of the boat, on the bow and whatnot. And you get onto the boat. It's very big. There's actually like an underside, like it's yet again, none of them are yacht size, but this is edging, right? And the boat is absolutely beautiful on the inside, and it's all inboard motors and stuff like that. Like, it's all gasoline-powered engines. They're not, like, two-strokes or any shit like that. It's a very nice boat. And when they get onto the boat, Colleen goes over and goes, "Can you take a look at this? Tell me if we can get this started?" Which way, one of you is going to try and turn the key?
I'm leaving Brandon to the technology.
I'll do it.
All right. Do you have drive or anything like that?
No.
Then roll me a drive.
Oh. 0.
You turn the key, it starts, no problem. They go, "Oh wow, look at that! You must just have the touch." And it goes, "That's the
I
wheel
might.
right there. If you want to take us out in the lake, that would be awesome."
I might have the touch. We'll see later, won't we?
Colleen, who I don't know if your character's into like non-binary people, seems very much into you.
You
I'm
say
800
you.
years old.
I'm
I'm 800 years old.
they sit on your lap and go, "Take us out."
Okay.
She's got one arm around your neck, and then Kaylee
I
goes.
mean, I'm more interested in the chick, but whatever.
So Kaylee goes up to you, Jack, and goes, "Hey, come take and see if you can get the radio going downstairs." And like grabs you by the hand and leads you downstairs.
allow it.
Mhm.
Give me a second. Oh, yeah. Follis, remember the rules? As I take off downstairs.
As soon as they're out of sight, Colleen starts like nuzzling into your neck. Meanwhile, downstairs, nice, absolutely gorgeous underside. There's a really nice radio that's like strapped down, so like even if the boat goes crazy, it's gonna be fine. It's like this really nice Yamaha setup with like Bose speakers everywhere.
Okay. So
and she's
obviously they're rich.
yeah, and she starts fidgeting with stuff when you notice it's not plugged in. You're like, oh my god, this is the actual problem. They had no problem with the radio was the real problem. They had the boat working, they couldn't get the radio. They just wanted us on the boat.
I am going to point out, like, I mean, really?
She's like, she presses the button, she's like, it just doesn't light up. For everything I do, nothing lights up. And she's like, she's turning dials and fidgeting with stuff. She's like, it's all dials, right? She like looks at you and goes, it's like all dials, right?
Oh, I didn't want to do this. I'm opening my site.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm fine. I do it easy now. Because the level of power she's sporting is definitely going to shine through now.
What'd you roll for your opening your site? How does that work? It's
rolled
just
to make
open,
sure.
full tilt, see everything, right? Okay.
I opened to make sure that I'm not, I didn't completely suck.
Give me a roll anyway. You've pretty much, you see the whole boat, but I'm curious if you're seeing shit outside the boat.
Well, is it a literal boat or is it a magical boat?
Well, we'll start with the room.
Okay.
The bed has an enchantment on it. The bed's like, it makes you love the person in the bed with you. Right?
So I'd use my lore on this, I guess. If I'm...
Yeah.
Or no, we want to do like how much I'm taking in.
Yeah.
So then I'd use my alertness, and wouldn't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then,
whatever you've got the better roll on. Like, three's good.
My lore is way better, but three's...
Yeah, three is yet again journeyman professional capacity. That's like really, really good. So you can see there's no magic coming off the radio or the speakers. The bed's magical. The boat has a navigation ability, which makes you think you're controlling the boat when you're not. The boat has a destination thing that it does, where it just once you start the boat, it goes to a place.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't crash the boat, but you can't see where the destination is per se. And when you see her, she's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely fucking gorgeous. And you said you rolled a 3?
I had 3 to see. Yeah.
The bow is pointed towards a massively powerful magic being in the middle of a lake. You can see it. It's this long serpentine thing in the lake.
Are we gonna die?
You don't know. You're getting like snuggled by some cute non-binary person.
Okay. I'm going to...
She goes,
lean against...
nothing I do starts the radio.
I'm gonna close the site.
Okay. She's gorgeous.
No.
She is, in her fae form, more beautiful than any person you've ever seen in your life. Your dick is hard.
So,
Just opening your sight to her, your dick is fucking raging hard.
So I gotta roll a discipline. Ooh. 6 on my discipline.
She matches you, so technically you win. But it is everything in your power to not just reach over and plug in that radio. In fact, you probably are holding the cable at this point while you're thinking of something to say. Like you're vamping, you're like talking about whatever, and you grab the plug.
I got the plug by I hand her the plug.
Yeah.
And I say, now, heed my words, madam. Insert the plug into the thing here.
talk to me that way. And she like leans over, chest, breasts, nipples fall out. She plugs it in. She adjusts herself a little bit and smiles and grabs you by the hand and pulls you to the bed.
Oh, I will resist this.
Okay, give me a resist, baby. Give me a resist. Oh boy.
Oh, she's trying to like use mental manipulation on me here.
Physical at this point. If you land on the bed, it will have an effect.
Well, then I am using my fists as just in the sake of like a Krav Maga kind of.
Yeah,
because she's got there. I'm doing a quick out. So that's crappy, but it's a 3.
Yeah, she gets you on the bed. You're on the bed.
Yeah, I know she's tough.
Yeah. You're on the bed and you feel the overwhelming sense of attraction to her. It was strong before. Oh my god. So you're going to take a mental stress.
Okay.
That was a shift by 2, so I guess 2.
Okay. Mental stress.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the top of the on the
You're saying from on the bed itself is doing.
Yeah.
So then wouldn't I roll a discipline against the bed?
Well, with your roll, you said you rolled a 6, right?
My initial roll, yeah.
Yeah.
That was just to resist her just talking.
She rolled an 8, so
Okay.
it's a 2 difference. It's a shift.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, on the top, we'll get back to you in a second,
Yep.
Jack. Colleen, very friendly, sitting on your lap. Everything's going super nice. The alcohol's definitely having an effect, and does Volus have like a gender preference?
He's 800 years old. He's been around the block.
Yeah, I mean, non-binary. Like she's not really presenting masculine at all. She's very much presenting more female than masculine.
I prefer the effeminate type.
Yeah, but
I prefer feminine type.
she's got like what looks like a military haircut with no makeup on, but like the more you're spending time with her, you are seeing features that you find attractive.
This is a return to the wild owner, Brandon.
Yeah.
With a vengeance.
Colleen, it's hard to tell what Colleen's like biological gender is per se, but
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter to you? Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Right now, they're really being very affectionate with you.
Mm.
And you can see in the distance, can you? Roll an alertness for me.
Alertness?
Mm-hmm.
So, +4.
Oh, that's really, really good. That's really, really good. That's very, very good. There's a thing in the lake in the distance. You can see coming in and out of the water. What looks like waves, but too big. It's like this spot. There's a creature in the water in the distance. Maybe whales? Maybe whales.
No. Maybe whales in the middle of the fucking river?
Yeah.
No.
There's some
In the middle of the
massive
lake? No.
thing. And
You
watch as it turns and heads towards you and starts coming towards
I'm
you.
going to cut power to the engines,
Run through that one.
and I'm going to ask, what was that?
Colleen goes, "Oh, sorry. I'm so excited having someone as big as you on the boat," and reaches down between your legs and like unzips your pants and puts a hand on your cheek and like straight up kisses you.
Okay. Discipline. Rolling for discipline. +1 to +4, +5 to discipline.
You beat them by a shift. They got a +3.
And what was that in the water?
Like you just push them off. I keep saying her. It's they. You push them off, and what was that in the water? You look around. They're like, "Oh, that's the Ogopogo. Don't worry about them." And like goes back in to kiss you.
Negative
Say
1 on lore.
snack.
-1 on lore for the Ogopogo.
The Ogopogo is a Okanagan sea monster. That's all you know.
Why are you leading us out to that thing?
That Oh, it wants to talk to you guys. And you see as this thing rises out of the water, shedding all sorts of water, this giant sea snake with wings off the edge of its head and part of its body, this giant snout. And it says, "Welcome, Monarch. I see that you've taken interest in one of my towns." And that's where we'll end the game.
On one of his towns?
That's what he said. "I see you've taken interest in one of my towns, Monarch." And that's where we're going to end it.
Right.
Announcer session! Good times.
I know.
Leo tapped out a little too early, but, it's okay.
Well, there's two of us, two of them.
Yeah.
Sunken ship.
Ba ba ba! Giant sea monster from the Okanagan out this way. What could be happening?
And it's funny that
That's
that
the
Big
area.
Joe, that Big Joe knew about the Okanagan and everything. So I wonder
Yeah,
if he
he's
has
brought it
connections to Big Joe,
Yeah.
considering he's in the lake. It's in the lake right outside his fucking Chateau Laurier.
Mm-hmm. With girls connected to it from the Never Never. Well, I shouldn't say girls. Girls and they.
Okay.
And he had crashed his boat into the Never Never 100 years ago.
Summer court.
Yep. There's
Big
things
Joe.
going on.
Big Joe is Summer Court.
Maybe.
Well,
Or maybe
also
he's
is
aligned.
that
He might be aligned.
These two we're with are summer court.
They are.
That's the only advantage we have right now. They're assholes, but they're on the nicer side of assholes.
They're always chaotic. The Fae are always chaotic.
Yeah, but I'd rather be at the
Summer and Winter Court aren't good and evil. Unfortunately, the Summer Court you may immediately assume that they're good, but then Summer Court is all about nice weathers, beautiful weather, and lots of food, and that also breeds Ebola, and that breeds SARS.
They're less likely to torture me to death for fun.
No, but they're more likely to poison you and to give you diseases because that's
Oh,
what life is all about.
the gonorrhea.
Yeah, I had a strong suspicion going into this that I was going to need a penicillin shot.
By the end of the night.
End of the night, I was going to need penicillin or something.
Yeah.
See, I'm working on
Because I don't
right
think
now.
Monox supplied me with condoms.
Nah, maybe you can have your own stuff.
I have to make a note of what I did last because I'm working a very slim angle on how to get out of this.
Justin, I would like to remind you of what I said earlier tonight, that I have an iron knife in my back pocket.
Yes, that's fair.
Hidden in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Because I've dealt with the Fae before.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about your situation, boys?
I have a very slim chance of pulling this off, but I have an angle.
I was looking to get laid. And now before a big fight, now I might get eaten. And not in a good way.
Giant sea creature out of nowhere. Monsters.
Yeah.
Ancient, powerful monsters.
All we can guarantee right now is that they will not hold us for more than one night.
That's what you agreed to.
There's an excellent chance I'm going to get into something's mouth, but it's maybe more than I expected.
Colleen's got you by the cock right now.
Yeah, she's got me by the short and curly.
It's for real. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Jack's in the basement with Kaylee.
Somehow talking to a giant sea monster with her.
Less enthusiasm.
Yeah. She's got considerably.
Wow.
She's got considerably less to hold on to. She's got considerably less leverage on me right now.
That's it.
It depends on how much you look at her and go like, Jormungandr.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's the world serpent.
That's what I call my dick.
Because it's been around the world.
Hi-oh.
I've got the very, very, very slim chance of I showed her how to do it herself.
Mm.
She may be in my deck.
She plugged it in. The radio started. There's music playing, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna get screwed, but I might survive it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
bought them both drinks.
You bought.
I bought them gifts.
I
Both of them. Lies.
imparted knowledge.
I bought both of them gifts. So even if the one that I'm with keeps me alive for whatever reason, just out of generosity
Well,
for the gift.
the Ogopogo was very Monarch. What is your interest in our town, right?
Yeah, it wants to talk.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to eat yet.
It's wondering what the fuck is going on. Why are you here?
They both owe me for presents given. They both must now give me
You bank every angle you think you can get points out of. You do that. New aspect, bigger than I thought.
Brandon, you're getting a hand
Is that
right now.
is that a compliment?
That's the name of the aspect of the scene. Bigger than I thought. But Bob was like, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do now that we fight the Jade guy in the bottom of the?" I'm like, "I got so much worked up, dude. You haven't been to half the places you're supposed to."
And he's up on the deck bigger than you thought. I'm below thing, booby trap.
Booby trap bigger than you thought.
Like, how were you expecting us to meet the Ogopogo? Did you think we were going to hit on the Fae?
I thought you were gonna end up at Big Joe's, and I just was like, organically, some way or another, I'll get you out in a boat.
I think he banked on Jean Paul going out.
Yeah, Jean Paul doing something.
Jean Paul
I knew
would
Jean
not
Paul
have touched
would
the
do
Fae.
something.
John Paul wouldn't have touched the Fae with a 10-foot fucking pole.
No, and he's read all the books. He's more than up to date. So.
I've read all the books too, and I did it.
Fell prey to the plan. That's good.
When they were asking if I wanted to go on the boat, I rolled and I got all negatives.
Oh, wow.
Fuck,
I'm on the boat.
I got on the fucking boat.
Oh, this is good.
See, because I'm with him at this point, I consider myself wingman.
Yeah.
So I was like, I finished what I start. We're doing this thing.
He's got the little non-binary on his lap. He's getting all the play he can. They're grinding on his lap, treating him like the king he is, you know? You get like the big titties downstairs, you're off that way. You're like, everybody's getting everything, you know what I mean? Like, everything seems okay until you saw that the boat had an enchantment.
Yeah, see, you're upstairs being like, just literally seeing it, and I'm downstairs looking around like, oh, fuck.
We're in trouble. That's why I wanted you to roll. I'm like, are you going to see far enough to see this creature or not?
There's up on the deck. There's two people with giant serpents in front.
See, I can see Brandon looking out in the distance like, oh, shit. And there's me downstairs, Ralph Wiggum. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger!
Both serpents have their maws. Both serpents have their maws wide open, but one of them's talking.
Yeah. Fuck. It's trouble through and through, buddy.
Yep.
I can hardly wait till next week when it's going to suck for Leo and Bob. It's going to be a bit of resolve first. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with the whole thing I was talking to you about, Jordan, last week.
Okay, we'll get the cold open.
We'll do a cold open with them as those two characters, and then we'll jump into you guys. You know what I mean? Who is John? Why is there a John joining this game? Oh, it's not Jean, it's John. What up? We just ended. They ended out in the lake, the Rideau Canal, off the Laurier. And they're in a boat, like what Clint has. A little bigger, actually. And the Ogopogo's in Ottawa. And wants to know why Monarch is in Ottawa.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear us. We can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, it's connecting his audio. There we go.
Yeah, I see it. Soon.
Hello.
Allô, mon ami. As-tu bien?
Hello.
As-tu bien, bonsoir?
Je ne perds my vagina.
Did you hear what we said?
No, nothing. I just got audio 2 seconds ago.
Okay. Brandon, explain to them the situation you got.
Brandon, explain how you got us fucked.
Okay. So Albert's not with us. He's with you. You're in the trunk of the car.
We swapped who was in the trunk.
We went to the Chateau Laurier to try and get some information. We met Big Joe Mufferaw, who gave us some info. And after we got the info, it's still like 1 or 2 in the morning.
And they've been
we never
drinking.
Went to sleep and we've been drinking. So instead of going straight into the next mission or the next segment, we thought we'll get some rest and maybe have some fun. So I ended up flirting with a couple of summer court fae who were down in the bar, and they got us onto a boat. And I'm with a non-binary person up on the deck driving the boat. Well, what?
Her name is their name is Colleen.
Their name is Colleen. Well, Jack is down. Well, Jack is down in the bedroom with a buxom.
Yeah, with Kaylee.
Summer fae. With Kaylee. And they had me drive the boat out into the lake, where the Ogopogo comes out of the river, and it says, "Greetings, Monarch. What do you want with my city?" or something like that.
One of my cities.
Yeah. While Keely's, or no, not Keely.
Colleen.
What's the other one's name? Colleen.
Yeah, it's like the word clean, but with like a K. Colleen.
Yeah, Colleen's got me by the short and curlies. Quite literally.
And meanwhile, Jack's downstairs with Kaylee, and he opened his sight and could see in the boat. Yeah, they're in the boat in the middle of the river, and the Ogopogo rose up. But so Jack's down under in the bedroom area where there's a magic bed that makes you like want to have sex. And he opened his sight and could see the Ogopogo through the hull coming towards the boat. You could see this giant magic creature just emanating power.
Anybody in the trunk with me?
So Leo's in the car. He's just about to let you out, but you got like really drunk and started singing French songs, so you jumped in the back of the trunk. It was also just like, he's not here tonight, so he's in the trunk.
On the plus side,
that's the shtick now. Whenever someone's not here, they're in the trunk of the car for some reason.
Yeah, sleeping off.
Here's what I've been able to do to help us in this situation. Before we got in the boat, I got them to agree on the rule of 3 that they will not take it more than a night of our time.
I picked the lock to the trunk.
You're out.
Yeah.
So
I have a feeling with a car like that, there's probably an emergency release.
There is.
Police system.
Yeah.
In the trunk.
I immediately take the biggest piss of my life. I think I had 15 too many.
So next week we'll end up continuing with that and whatnot, and we're going to start with a cold open with you and Leo with the cold open, and then we'll jump into how these two idiots are getting out of this boat.
Actually, is it next week? Leo, was that?
Can I see the Ogopogo from the river edge?
No, not at all.
There's probably a glamour on him.
Yeah, we're also out of game session right now. We're just post game chatting.
Ah,
Yeah.
You know, be really
Also,
useful.
Big Joe seems to have a problem with John Paul. Like a serious problem with John Paul.
Yeah,
yo,
the guy who
Joe, he runs he runs the bar that we went to.
the accorded
in
neutral
Chateau
territory.
Laurier.
He's a giant. He's 9 feet tall.
ah,
He's got a problem with you and your brother and everything because he used to run the Byward Market before you guys came.
And he's older than you are. I don't know if he's older than me, but he's older than you.
No, they're probably close to the exact same age. But like Jean Paul also came across the lake to Canada then. Well, to the States and then up to Canada. And then when he came to Canada, there was the Shiners and all that back and forth. And then Big Joe said he tried to go to the Never Never. And at that point, there was like the fight with the Shiners, and Jean Paul was on the side of the Shiners. Right?
John Paul came to trade for.
Yeah. And that he said, like I said with you, you were on the side of the Shiners too, but in the end, Big Joe ended up winning, but losing the Byward Market. Right? So, he won at a cost, like a big cost. Right? Shiners are out, but he lost the territory.
Yeah.
And
So there's- it
which
gets
you
to
still
neutral.
have.
which, of course, the White Court took over, and then they took over the church and everything. So, now it's Jean Paul and the White Court running the Byward.
for at least 100 years, somewhere.
At
in
least
there,
100 years, yeah. So,
When it was
Yeah,
a pop-
so he doesn't much care for you. and he doesn't much care for the white court. But we kind of stuck up for you.
Kinda.
Well,
Yeah, I say kinda because
you guys were very much compelled to stick up for him. Like
Did Alfred here to me?
What?
Did Alfred make it in?
oh yeah,
Oh, sweet.
yeah. He only tapped out 8 minutes early.
I was supposed to be here. I'm in fucking Fruitville. Nah, that's a place, Fruitville.
Is there a station?
Really?
This big.
That's like a
No,
4 hour drive, 4 or 5 hour drive you just did?
Yeah, it's 14. I started at 8 a.m. and it's 10:31 now.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping in the truck or are you heading home?
Sleeping in the truck and gonna load tomorrow, then head home.
Brutal. So is Kelly beside you suffering through this?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Like a fap in peace.
That's nice. That's convenient.
Yeah, it
Damn
is.
decent of you.
I like to smear as much of my cum all over this truck as I can.
Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
I'm on everything.
Don't look! Don't look! Okay, now look!
No, look! Now look!
Watch it spray all over his place. Look at my fucking thick ropes.
My thick ropes. That's fucking gross.
I'm the guk.
I can get your hand in there. Get your hand in here. I can breathe too easily.
Yeah. Head in the belt.
Just like David Carradine. That's a callback
Right.
joke.
Yeah.
That's the second one
Did he kill
tonight.
himself with a fucking choke and wink?
The joke.
We referenced it earlier.
Yeah,
Ah.
David Carradine hung his hat up in the closet. He just didn't take it off.
he just didn't take the hat off for.
It's brutal.
Good times.
Like,
Night.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off too.
Alright, guys. Good game. Looking forward to next week. Bye.
Oh.
Bye.
And for all.